Hey, good afternoon. My name is Joan Tigas. Welcome to our webinar. And I am here today to show you some of the additional services that we offer here for your ChiroTouch Cloud. I have got 18 years of experience in the chiropractic space, and about 15 of those have been in the software industry, and I have been with ChiroTouch for about 5.5 years. During this time, I become an expert in helping practices customize their software experience through add-on services. Just so you can get to know a little bit about me, I reside in Iowa, and I say reside in Iowa because I'm truly a Nebraskan at heart, and I just happen to live here. And when I am not sitting with my nose in a book, I live on an acreage and I take care of all my variety of animals I have, from goats to chickens to turkeys to guineas to several dogs and cats. So when I'm not selling software and not reading a book, that is how I spend my spare time. We're going to go over how to differentiate between our two patient experience automated services that we offer here at ChiroTouch. Our CT Informs, which allows your patients to do their intake information ahead of time and helps streamline data entry, etc., for the office staff with that. And our CT Engage, which is our communication and engagement service that we offer for the patients. We're going to understand how each of the services work individually and then understand how we can use them together. You know, there's a benefit for the patient, and there's also a benefit for the providers and the staff. For the patient, they can complete their paperwork at their convenience, anywhere on any device, and they arrive at the office ready to go. We find that more successfully completed appointments are going to equal better health. And for the providers and staff, it's a smoother, more efficient flow of info without all the manual entry, stronger patient relationships, which equal better patients, and overall a better workplace experience. So the two services, as I touched on, are the CT Informs, and the intake forms you're going to learn can be delivered to your patients via SMS or email, or you can also have them embedded in your website, or you could pull them up on an iPad. And the CT Engage is our patient engagement tool for appointment reminders, patient confirmations, recall, and connection. So we'll start with the CT Informs. You can use this service for many different types of forms. It can be for your intake, it can be for safety protocols, or it can be used for consent forms. At any time, you have the ability to utilize my forms that I already have in the system. You can use the questionnaires I already have in the system, or you do have the ability to modify mine, create your own, or import your own. So we're giving you a lot of flexibility in how this service can be used. We have got the pre-existing forms that are robust templates to begin with, but it gives you the option to be able to add your own questions, delete questions, change the order of my questions. And they are smart in that they can actually know that if a patient answers a question a certain way, it will then move to a next set of questions dependent upon their answer. This kind of gives you a little bit of an idea of how you're able to go in and customize those forms. Once the forms, you've created the forms, you can connect any consent forms that you would like to have attached to those. And then it creates you a URL link that, as I had stated earlier, that URL link could be sent to the patient through a text. It could be sent through an email. You could embed it in your website. You could have it on your Facebook page. You could pull it up on an iPad, or we do even offer a QR code, which now if you have walk-in patients, the walk-in patients could scan the QR code, fill it out on their smartphone, or if a patient had not completed a form when they arrived at the office, you could have them scan that QR code and go ahead and complete their form. It does, as I stated earlier, do a lot of data entry and lessen the paperwork for the front desk. So when the patient, if it's a new patient and you just had a first name, a last name, and perhaps a phone number for them, any other demographics that the patient fills out will now automatically populate into the electronic health record for the patient. And it's also going to go ahead and populate any other demographics for that patient as well. So now the staff is not going to have to re-enter any of that information. And then on the doctor's side of things, it helps streamline that as well. The doctor now has the ability to enter as much of that information or as little of that information into their subjective note as they choose to. The doctor then still has the ability, if they're reviewing it with the patient, to go in and modify and make any changes that they need to any of the data that the patient had entered if they had forgotten something. With the Informs, it gives insights to provide even better care. You could use it to create a patient satisfaction survey and different kinds of questionnaires that you might want to have a patient fill out. Now, we will move into the CT Engage and go over how the Engage works. So there are several components to the Engage. It can do reviews for you. It can do your appointment reminders. It has a two-way patient communicator in it. It does recalls for you, and it also has the ability to do campaigns, quarterly newsletters. We find that 94% of consumers will use a business that has a 4-star review rating. So it's huge that with the Engage, it can be automated to now send out reviews for you. So you can determine the time interval, any of the parameters that you would like. So maybe after 10 visits, you would like it to send out a review request for the patient. All reviews that are 4 stars or more will go out onto the website for you. Any review that is less than a 4-star, we do not put that out onto any of the sites. It actually will ask the patient for feedback. And now that is something that you and the patient can converse back and forth with. It also gives you the ability to send off one-off reviews. So if I came in today and said, you know, this is the best chiropractic visit I've ever had, you could very quickly say, hey, Joan, we're going to send you out a review request. Could you take a few moments? With reviews, you do get points on Google for any review that you receive. A lot of people don't realize that any reviews that you respond to, you also get points for that. So now we have got it set up where it will automatically respond to any review that you receive. So now essentially you're going to get double points for that. Right here, you're able to see all the different criteria at which you could decide how you wanted to send those reviews out. You've got the ability, we have pre-built templates, but you could create your own template. Same way with responses. We have got pre-built responses, but you've got the ability to create your own responses as well. The second part of Engage is the appointments. You can reduce missed appointments with automated reminders and confirmation. The average practice loses around $3,200+ per month from missed appointments. So with the appointments, it will send out both confirmations. So now you could send out a confirmation message to your patient. You've got the ability to send this out maybe 2 to 3 days before. And now the patient can go ahead and click C to confirm. When they confirm, it's going to do several things for you. It's going to notate it on the scheduler. It's also going to give you a couple different reports that at any time you can see patients that have confirmed for different days of appointments as well. We do reminders. So now you could send out patient reminders. You could have several different reminders going out. They could go out a day before, 12 hours before, 2 hours before. And then we do have the ability to do missed appointments. So once again, you can set any parameters in any of these that you would like to utilize. And now maybe 2 hours after a patient has missed an appointment, an automated message would go out saying, hey, you have missed your appointment. Please call the clinic to reschedule. And then we do offer the ability to do the nice, warm, fuzzy birthday messages. So maybe you have it automated where 2 weeks before patients' birthdays, it automatically sends them out a happy birthday message from the clinic. The third part of Engage is the two-way communicator. You can communicate with your patients. Text messages have a 98% open rate and a 45% response rate. This is set up much similar to how your cell phone is. So when you look at it, all of our messages are contained right here. It has the ability to use the landline office phone number. From this communicator, we can go ahead and text back and forth with our patients. We can send one-off texting to our patients. You can use pre-built templates to send out messages to the patients. It gives you the ability, if somebody sends in a message that's of clinical nature, or maybe you're too busy to respond to it right now, you can actually flag that message to remind yourself to respond to it at a later time. And then it also has got an away response. So a lot of clinics may set this based on the clinic hours. So if the clinic closes at 5 o'clock, any text message that's received after that would say, hey, the clinic's hours are 9 to 5. Any messages received after this time will be responded to on the next day. And then we do have a broadcast feature. This is probably my favorite part of the Engage, as well as my clinics that use the service, their favorite part as well. In the case of inclement weather, in the case of an emergency, with 2 clicks from the comfort of your home, from your cell phone, it would allow you the ability now to be able to message all patients on today's scheduler and send them a message saying, hey, due to inclement weather, due to the following emergency, the clinic's going to be closed today. This same feature can be used and allows you to upload your own contact list. So if you have a certain group of patients that you may want to send a message to, once again, with those 2 clicks, you now have the ability to send this message out to a certain group of patients. The fourth component of CT Engage is the recall. So you can improve your retention using recall campaigns. Attracting a new patient can cost up to 5 times more than keeping an existing one. With this service of Engage, we allow you to set different time frames for different appointment types or visit types. So certain appointment types, you may want to reach out to a patient if you haven't seen them in 30 days. Other appointment types, you may want to have it be 60 days. Once again, just like all the other services, this recall is automated. And then on day 31, 61, 91, it's going to actually reach out, tap the patient on their shoulder with a message saying, hey, you haven't been in a while. Please get your appointment scheduled for optimal health. So you get the patients back without having to do a thing. The fifth component of Engage is the campaigns. So this allows you to communicate to all your patients with 2 clicks. You can use our templates or create your own to promote open houses, new services, quarterly newsletters, share holiday messages, let the patients be aware of office closures, and many more things. Once again, this is all done with simply 2 clicks. We have campaigns already built in, but as with all the other features with Engage, you have the ability to go in to tweak them, to modify them, or to create your own. And then we do provide you with a reporting dashboard. Just a 5% increase in patient retention can boost practice profitability by 75%. So this dashboard will let you know how many patients you have received from recalls. It will show you the patients that are reading the campaigns you're sending out, how many patients that have opened any of your confirmation messages, your text reminder messages. So now you can find out what is the best way to communicate with your patients and which way your patients, receive better. So the patient experience, it's all automation services. Once again, the CT and forms, all form types, ready to use templates, make your own, tweak mine, send via email, text, embed them into your website. They're HIPAA compliant, and it's allowing you to be completely paperless. And with the Engage, it does the automated reminders, confirmations, the recall campaigns, send these by email or text, and then you can also do review requests, and then those warm fuzzies where you're letting the patients know what's going on in the office or to announce birthdays, invites, etc. The Informs and Engage for total patient communication, the intake and consent forms email. You got you can have a welcome to the clinic email that can go out. Appointment reminders sent by SMS. New patient paperwork for patient or for the patient's child. Snow day, office closures messages, satisfaction survey emails, happy birthday emails, annual consent forms can now be sent by SMS and signed, and office open house invites, etc. can be sent out as well. Thank you for attending this today. I'm now going to open this up. Bonnie, do we have any questions that have been sent in for me to answer?
We do, Joan. Okay, so first off, can you help us understand what happens when a patient fills out the intake form and how does it actually get imported into ChiroTouch?
So what happens when the patient fills out the intake form is it sends you a notification very similar to the little bell that is on Facebook. You are able to click on that. You can see all intake forms that have been completed. And with one click, you can then bring it in. And when that happens, it's now going to populate all of their demographics for them that they have filled out, put the copy into their electronic health record, and now it's available for doctor to go ahead and put as much of that information or as little as they would like to in their subjective speed note for the day.
Okay, great. Can providers import their own forms into the system?
Yes, they sure can. They have got the ability to import their own forms. They can create their forms. To import their own forms, it is done in a simple 2 steps where if it's in a PDF or a Word document, we can simply bring that in and now turn it into a digital format for them. And then with any questionnaires, they can use my questionnaires how they are. They can tweak them or modify them, or they can create their own.
Great. I think that actually goes into another question. Liz was asking in the provider of subjective notes portion of Informs, are they auto-populated or can the provider choose what is put out in the form that they fill?
The provider can actually choose what they want and where they want, how much they want to be put in. So they do not have to enter the entire form. They can just pick the different pieces of that form that they want to be put in there. And then they still do have the ability to go in and modify it, change it, or tweak it if when they're going over it with the patient, if the patient has forgot to put in maybe a surgery they had or something along those lines.
Great, thank you. Liz, hopefully that answers your question. If not, let us know. I have a couple questions here about, it looks like this is going to be engaged. So can anyone text the office? We're talking about that two-way texting, or is it just the patients who are already in the system? Like how does that work?
If you're using your clinic's landline as your texting number, anybody that knows your landline can go ahead and send a message in for you. So perhaps somebody has been out on your website and is interested in scheduling an appointment or learning something about the clinic. If it is using your clinic landline, they could go ahead and text right in to your landline as well with that message.
Great, thank you. Okay, when a appointment confirmation comes in via the Engage system, does it show on the front desk main schedule?
Yes, it does. So from the main scheduler, when the staff is looking at it, where it shows the patient's name in the upper right-hand corner, there is going to be a little check mark, and that will mean that the patient has confirmed the appointment. And then once again, we do offer 2 other reports. So first thing in the morning, the staff could pull and look at the report and see everybody that has confirmed their appointments today, or anybody that has not confirmed their appointments for today. So the staff may want to reach out and send them another reminder to, remind them that they have an appointment again.
Thank you, thank you. Do we have time for one more question? Is that okay, Joan?
Yeah, that sure is.
Okay, so James is asking if an appointment or I guess a patient is modified after an Engage reminder went out, does the reminder go out again for that change? Or like is there duplication?
If I had an appointment set for tomorrow at 10 a.m. and I canceled it after I had gotten the reminder, if the reminders were set to go out 24 hours in advance. So I had gotten the reminder this morning at 10 a.m. and I canceled it this morning at 11 a.m. I would not get another reminder if they are set to go out at 24 hours. If the clinic had a second reminder set to go out 2 hours before a visit, yes, then I would get another reminder. So that's going to be based upon how the clinic has their parameters of when those reminders go out. I thank everybody for your time today. I hope this was informational and educational to you. And then you can view it again at ChiroTouch.com, or you can get a hold of me at jtigas@ChiroTouch.com. And once again, I thank you for your time today. Have a great afternoon.